I used to think love meant waiting for someone with dinner, not with suspicion. I was that wife. Clean house, warm meals, quiet smile, and he was a cop. Uniform, respect, working late. But the perfume on his shirt wasn't mine, and the lipstick on his collar? Definitely not mine. I didn't scream. I listened. I watched. I remembered. He said he was tired. I saw him leave with the spark in his eyes. He said he was protecting people. I knew exactly who he was protecting at night. Her. I found her. Young, lashes like wings, worked at a cafe. I went there, ordered coffee. She smiled at me. I smiled back. Neither of us knew I had already started a war. I changed. Bought a dress he'd call too much. Started disappearing in the evenings. He got jealous. Funny, isn't it? A cheating husband afraid his wife might be doing the same. He started following me, but I was already following him. I recorded his calls, saved his messages. I became a shadow in his life. He no longer knew who I was. One night, he came home. I was sitting at the table. On the screen, a video of him kissing her. He turned pale. I said, "Now you know what it feels like to be exposed." I didn't yell. I left. With the kids, with the evidence, with my dignity. He lost everything. His family, his reputation, his respect. And me? I started my own business. I became the woman I was afraid to be. Free. He thought I wouldn't notice, but I did. And I made sure he'd never forget. He thought I'd break. That without him, I was nothing. But I didn't cry. I built. Every night while the kids slept, I wrote a business plan. Every morning, I woke up early to learn. I became stronger than I ever was with him. He tried to come back, with flowers, with apologies. I looked at him like he was a stranger. "You didn't lose me. You never knew me," I said. He started telling friends I was cruel. Let him talk. Let him tell them how the woman he betrayed became the woman he can no longer reach. I bought myself an apartment. White walls, big windows, and silence. Silence is a luxury when you've spent years listening to lies. And now, when I look in the mirror, I don't see the one who waited. I see the one who left and never looked back. Now I speak to others, to those who sit in silence and are afraid, to those who hear, "You'll never make it," and almost believe it. I've been there. I know what it's like to lose yourself while smiling. But I also know what it's like to get yourself back. Not instantly, not easily, but it's possible. You don't have to be strong every day. You have to be honest with yourself. If pain has become normal, that's not love. If you stay silent to avoid anger, that's not peace. I didn't save the family. I saved myself. And when I saved myself, the kids saw what freedom looks like. I didn't destroy a home. I built a new one. Without fear, without lies, without him.
And it all started that day, Thanksgiving. I was in the kitchen, rubbing spices into the chicken, thinking how beautifully I'd set the table. He said he'd be late. Patrol, lots of calls. I believed him. I always did. Until the phone rang. It was my friend. Her voice was shaking. "Masha, I don't know how to tell you, but I saw your husband. He was at a club. He was kissing a stripper. He didn't see me, but I saw everything." I froze. Hands covered in oil, heart on fire. I didn't cry. I turned off the oven. I cleared the table. I sat in the dark and waited. He came home late, smelling like someone else, wearing fake exhaustion. I asked, "How was patrol?" He lied, easily, like he'd rehearsed it. I looked at him and remembered who he used to be. When we met, he was a hero, strong, honest, a protector. He said he hated lies. He said he'd be my shield, but he became my wound. He loved being respected. He loved when I stayed silent. He loved himself, not us. And that night, when I learned the truth, I knew. I was no longer his wife. I was the woman he underestimated, and that was his first mistake. I gave him one chance, just one. Not because I believed him, but because I needed to be sure. He swore it was over, that it was a mistake, that he chose his family. I looked him in the eyes and said, "If it happens again, you lose everything." He said, "Never." A week passed. I was coming back from the store, bags heavy, evening quiet, and then I saw them. He was in the car, outside Willie's Donuts, with her, the young waitress, hair tied up, lips glossy, eyes locked on him. He was laughing, holding her hand. And in that moment, everything slowed down. I stood on the sidewalk like in a movie, watching him, watching her, watching myself. He saw me. His face went pale.
He flung the door open, shoved her out of the car. She looked confused, lost. He ran toward me. "It's not what you think," he shouted. And I just stood there, holding the bags, holding a heart that no longer beat for him. I didn't say a word. I turned around and walked away. He was left standing in the street, alone. And that wasn't the end. That was the beginning of his loneliness. I came home with shopping bags, with silence, with emptiness inside. The kids were asleep. The room smelled like cinnamon and exhaustion. I sat on the couch, still wearing my shoes. Just sat. Just breathed. And then a message came from another friend. "I didn't want to show you this, but you need to know." A video. I tapped play. Him, my husband, a police officer, the one who fights for justice, the one who talks about honor, sitting in a patrol car with her, not the one from Willie's Donuts, another, younger. He kisses her, passionately, like he never loved me. He takes off his shirt. The uniform falls onto the seat, a symbol of duty turned into a rag. And in that moment, the video cuts off. And so does my world. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stared at the screen as if I was staring at my life. And I realized everything I built, everything I protected, everything I forgave was a lie. He didn't just betray me. He betrayed the image I believed in. Husband, officer, man. But he was just an actor, and the show was over. I packed my things, took the kids, and left. No drama, no shouting, just closed the door. I started a new life, from scratch, without him. I have a new man now, calm, reliable. He doesn't promise, he acts. The kids love him, and for the first time, I feel safe. We laugh, we cook together, we live. And my ex? He's still sleeping around. Stopped calling the kids, stopped paying, stopped being anyone at all. And then I found out they found him, drunk, with girls from a nightclub, in a police car. He was sentenced. The uniform he loved, no longer his. The respect he demanded, gone. And me? I don't gloat. I just live. And every day is a reminder. I chose myself, and it was the best decision I ever made. Sometimes you just need to be quiet and listen to your heart. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It knows where the pain is and where the love lives. Being loved isn't a luxury, it's a right. Giving warmth to the world isn't a duty, it's a choice. To women, don't be afraid to leave when you're no longer valued. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to be strong and soft at the same time. To men, don't lose those who truly love you. Don't hide behind masks. Real strength is in honesty, in care, in showing up. And to all of us, life is too short to live someone else's story. Choose yourself. Always.